Hello, welcome back to my channel. So, as you can see, this video is going to be a reading vlog, a very fun reading vlog of the Cruel Prince trilogy series books. Here's the thing with this. I got this sent to me. I put it in my summer TBR. It wasn't like high on my TBR. I was like hoping to get to it. I don't know. It's a series that's always been on my mind because I've always gotten recommended the Folk of Air series, and it just never clicked for me. I was like, oh, I really want to read like the Cruel Prince series, and I never realized until like maybe a few weeks ago that the Folk of Air series is the Cruel Prince series, and it's literally the same thing. It's kind of embarrassing how long that took me to understand. Now it makes sense because so many people were recommending me the Folk of Air series, and then so many people were like, you need to read Cruel Prince, and I'm like, okay. But now there's like, if you mix them together, that's a lot of requests. Aside from that, Haley Pham told me I needed to read these. When Haley Pham tells you to do something, you do it. I said I'm gonna do a reading vlog. I am gonna stick to my word. We're reading this together. I'm trying to decide if I want to do it spoiler free or not, but I feel like it's gonna have to be spoiler if we're going into the second and third book in the series. Like obviously things are gonna happen that are in the second and third book that are spoilers. I don't know if that's true, but we're just gonna start it off, figure out what I'm gonna do as I go. I started it last night. I wanted to get my like opinions kind of situated before I started the video. The thing with that is this is fantasy. If you don't even know what this book is, it's basically a fantasy trilogy. I don't really know much else. I know the essence of it, but fantasy for me, it takes my brain a little while to grasp and understand the world and everything. And the fantasies that I've read aren't like too confusing. Like it's really just like human people, but just like in a fantasy world. This one, there's creatures, there's goblins, fairies, whatever, included with like humans. So like this is like even more for my brain to like grasp and understand. So I'm not far in, I'm on page 18. But what I do know is that Jude has a twin sister and an older sister, Vivienne, and then the three of them when they were very young, I think Jude was like 7 years old, they lived with their parents who were also human, and then a guy comes in who's not human, ends up he's the father of Vivienne because Vivienne is also not human because that guy is her father. The mom had Vivienne with him. They're like half sisters. He comes in, kills the parents literally right in front of their face. This is right in the beginning of the book, and takes three of them away, and now they live in this like fairyland. I don't really know exactly where they live, but they've been living there for 10 years. So Jude is 17 now, she's older. She needs to be part of like I don't know exactly what it is. They're at like a palace thing right now, and either she could marry into the whole thing or she could like join a circle. I think that's what it is. I don't know exactly. I'm just gonna read, and I'm not gonna stop when I get confused. I'm just gonna like bulldoze through it because when I do that with fantasy, if I stop to try to figure things out, it won't click. If I continue reading, eventually I think it's gonna click up here. So this could be a mess, could not be. I kind of understand what's going on, but when like I see like goblins and like they have green skin and the hair and whatever, like I'm like tapping my head. I'm like, please, can you imagine this? Because I literally can't. Fantasy, my brain is like, that's too creative for us. We can't imagine that. So I have no picture in my head. It's like working overtime to figure out what these people look like. That's my issue right now. It's Monday right now. I want to finish this sometime this week. This is strictly what I'm reading. I'm taking a break from Shatter Me series, which is like hurting me, making me a little upset because I love the series right now. Like I'm like really intrigued to keep going. I just ordered the third book, so there's that. It's not even here yet, so it's not like I could read it, but we're gonna continue. I'll update you guys with whatever thoughts I have, opinions I have, but we're just gonna read as much as we can. Let's go make coffee and let's go read. Chapter 6, page 44. I'm understanding more, I think. So basically, she wants to fight in this like tournament thing and become like a knight. I don't know exactly. I think that's what she's trying to do. And her twin sister Taryn is like, I'd rather fall in love than like whatever. So what I think is gonna happen is Jude, she's gonna want to become a knight and like prove herself that way, but she's gonna end up falling in love, and that's gonna be how she gets in. Her father or whatever just told her she can't fight. She still wants to. She's like declaring war. She's really just like arguing with the prince guy, Cardan, is that his name, I believe. My prediction is that she falls in love. Obviously, I just don't know with who or when, but I know it's gonna happen. I'm assuming Cardan. I don't know where I heard that this was like a love triangle. Could be making this up. I don't know where I heard that, or if I did. I have no idea. That's where I am right now. I'm gonna keep reading. I hope something happens soon because they're still setting up the scene and story a little bit, kind of, but it's not bad. I just hope more goes on soon because I feel like I could get bored, but I'm not bored yet. I mean, it's confusing, but I'm not like bored. I'm intrigued, I think. I I'm laying outside reading, and opinions on Cardan. He's like ruthless. He pushed Jude and Taryn into some water thing, and then they just fought. She ended up going to the fight, and he just is like so mean. And like I know it's because she's immortal, and like they're living in their land and they're not what they are. I don't know really how to explain that one. They don't like Jude and her sister because they're mortal. I guess like I understand why he's so mean, but like he's a little like too ruthless for me. Like, why are you so mean? Just leave him alone. I mean, I guess Jude antagonized him a bit, but that's my first impression of Cardan. He's just mean, and is he the love interest? Is this like gonna be an enemies to lovers type beat? Because if I was enemies like that, we would not turn into lovers. So I'm a little nervous to see what happens now. But they just fought or something. I don't know. Maddox told her not to fight, but she ended up fighting anyway. They went into the real world. They went into like the mall too to meet their older sister's girlfriend, which was interesting, like seeing how they could go like into the real world. I don't know. I don't really know what's gonna happen. I have absolutely no idea. I think I'm on page like maybe 80. I didn't really get that far, but I'm gonna like speed read a bunch, form opinions, let you know where I am, and we'll see what goes on. I hate loud cars. Anyway, see you in a little. The sun in the camera is gonna be a bit annoying, but I'm so confused because I thought Cardan, or maybe he still is gonna be the love interest, but like Locke, one of Cardan's friends, was like being really nice to Jude, and then also she just became like a spy for one of the oldest princes, Prince Dane I think his name is, because fairies, like those people or those whatever they are, can't lie, and since she's mortal she can lie, so she could like deceive people, find information for him, and she accepted that. So that's where I'm at right now. It's not as bad. I don't know why my expectations were so low, because so many people I've spoken to just don't like this book, but I feel like my expectations were so low that like I'm kind of enjoying it more now. I'm also on page like 100 something, so the beginning was a little bit rough, but now it's like picking up a bit. I feel like Cardan and his friends are just so mean to Jude. It's like kind of annoying now. Calm down a little maybe. I don't know where it's gonna go, so got to the part Taryn is kind of telling her that she found someone that she like loves, and they're gonna ask Maddox for her hand in marriage at the coronation, whatever, and Jude thinks that it's Cardan, but she found a piece of paper from a book she stole when she was spying for Prince Dane, and it literally looks like this. I mean, if you've read the book, you know what I'm talking about. It just says her name over and over and over again, and I'm like, that's kind of suspicious. Intriguing me now. Now I'm like, what is that? But some parts it's like, I want to just get to like the interesting parts. Like, I don't, no offense, care about the setting as much as I probably should. Like the fairies and the toads and stuff don't intrigue me as much as like the story and like the characters. But it's also reminding me, I don't know if this is the movie I'm thinking of. I think it is Ella Enchanted. Have you ever watched that? I'm not older now, but it was such a good movie, and it was like, I don't really remember exactly what it's about, but I know that like someone told her to like do something, she had to do it. And I think that's like what's happening here. Like if a fairy told them if she didn't have like her necklace on, they told them to do something, she had to do it. But now she's like under something with the prince where she doesn't have to be like compelled by anyone. I don't know. Anyway, it reminds me of Ella Enchanted a lot, like creatures and stuff. I think that's the movie I'm thinking of. And I keep going. I'm on page 142, wondering why Cardan has her name written over and over again in a book, like angrily written, where she said it even ripped the paper. So I guess we'll find out. Been a while. I decided to update with what's going on. It's currently 10 p.m. I read quite a bit. I am now on book 2, chapter 21, and it's page 249. A lot has happened. I honestly don't remember the last thing I said, but I know it was a while ago. Basically, I'm gonna be like brutally honest right now. I feel like we could do that. I don't like it. I need more romance, because I thought it was gonna be more of a romance. I don't know really what I expected completely, but I feel like there's not too much going on for what it is. But like also, she tried to save Immortal, ended up dying, she killed someone, and then literally just before book 2, almost all of the royalty, I don't know what they're called, like the princes and stuff, it was the coronation, and the prince that she was like secretly working for or whatever, spying for, ended up dying, and her like father was the one to do it, which was kind of like a little shock there. I don't think she was supposed to see it, but she did, and I was just like, what is happening? What's gonna happen after this? Why is everyone dying? Also, what's his name? Cardan was like, I don't know, he's swept in. There's like so much going on. She also thinks that the guy she's been kissing, Locke, her sister likes, but she couldn't find out because everyone started dying. There's like a lot going on. I don't know how I feel. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how this book is gonna end. I don't know if anything else is gonna happen. Who is king right now? I don't think anyone is. I guess we're gonna have to find out with that. There's 370 pages. I'm on 249. 29. I don't know math. I have 121 pages left, so I think if I just sit and read, I could get like a majority of that done. And I guess we'll see what happens. I guess I'll update you eventually. I don't like it. I'm gonna keep reading. That's just my update. I put on Summer Turned Pretty. It's like my new bedtime show, my comfort show. It's not what the video is about. I'm just gonna keep reading and we'll see how I feel, if it gets better. Because right now I just am not feeling it. Hi guys, so hold on. I just filmed another video and I think my camera was blurry the whole time. I mean, it's not that bad. I don't know why this happens to me. I think I can look past it. It's not that bad. Anyway, not what this video is. So, okay, update. It's been a day and I have finished the first one. I finished this yesterday. It hasn't really been a full day, but I did. I finished this yesterday. I didn't rate it. I still am iffy about my rating. Honestly, it's not a 3 to me because I didn't like it. I didn't care about any, like not one character other than Cardan at the end. I didn't love. Still, like, finishing the book, the only character I like is Cardan. I'm gonna say it. Like, that's literally it. I feel like, these are all gonna be spoilers anyway, but I feel like their kiss was, like, random. Like, so random. And I wrote stuff in my notes, but then I feel like giving it, like, a 2.5 is, like, mean. But also, it's, like, my rating, so, like, I don't really care. Taryn, her sister. I hate her. How do you, that's your twin sister. One, you're gonna be with the guy Locke and like not tell her and then like let Jude kiss him and hang out with him when that's like your man's and like that's the guy you're gonna try to ask Madoc for your hand in marriage. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't, she is so not a loyal true sister. Like, that is like, everything that she did just pissed me off and I was just like, why are you so mean? That is your sister. I don't know, I did not like her. Then the other sister, very end, it's like she's like begging everyone to come to the mortal world with her, to, like be with her girlfriend. Go! Like, literally just go by yourself. Why do you need to beg everyone to come with you? Like, just go. I know that those are like harsh opinions, but it was just like bothering me, like reading it. I was getting so like mad. And then the plot twist thing at the end going on with like Oak could have been king and then like the whole family dying. What was his name? Balakin? Is that his name? I don't know. That prince trying to become king, killing the family, everything like that, and then figuring out like the whole Prince Dane's child was Oak and Oriana, whatever, raised him. It wasn't really Madoc's child, whatever. I understand that that was like the major plot twist, but I just didn't, like, it didn't, like, I wasn't shook. Like, I just didn't care. Like, I was like, oh my god, a little like, oh my god, but I just like, okay. Like, it wasn't like a huge plot twist where I was like so excited. Like, I was like, oh my god, like, I've been waiting this whole book for like this plot twist, but I was just like, okay. Cardan admitted that he thinks about her, and like, obviously he can't lie, he's like a fairy, whatever. I waited too long for the romance. I waited way too long. The Locke and Jude thing wasn't like true romance. I know it wasn't. It didn't hit like real romance, but then Cardan and Jude at the end, like, I waited so long for that like at that point I was like I knew it was coming and I was just like literally over it now. I just feel like there was too much of the book to get to like the point of the book at the very, very, very end. You know what I mean? Like, there was like 70 pages left and I was like, oh, now we're gonna get to the juicy stuff. And I understand you had to like build it up and give you the past and give you like everything, but there was just other things throughout the book that I was like, okay, this is like getting like a little filler for me. And at the very end when Madoc and her were fighting and she ended up poisoning him and the other prince and then ending up giving Cardan the crown instead of Oak, like playing him because they were in like a team thing going on, I was just like, there's a lot going on. I was like, I thought the one plot twist was gonna be Oak becoming Prince King, whatever. But now we're here pronouncing Cardan and like shaking the whole world and playing everyone. I'm hoping it gets better in the next book. More romance, more interesting things happening. I understand the first one with world building. I understand it was giving backgrounds of characters. So like, that's where I give the book the benefit of the doubt. And like, that's where I'm like, maybe I shouldn't give it such a low rating, but just like personally, like, it could have been more interesting somehow. I don't know. I'm still gonna hold off my rating until like I'm done maybe with like the whole series and like we can really reflect. So I'm gonna start the one later today. I'm finishing, this is not part of the video, finishing Ignite Me. I literally am so like mad that I'm starting a Cruel Prince series like between reading Shatter Me. I'm loving Shatter Me, but that's not this video. So alright, I'm gonna start the second one. I don't know if it's Wicked King or Queen of Nothing. I literally don't know, but I'll figure that out. We'll start it. I'll give you my first impression opinions and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it's better than this, so fingers crossed. Hi guys, so just showered, just got home, started Wicked King today, figured out that that's the second one, and then I was just putting it on my Goodreads that I started reading it, even though I'm on chapter, I think 6 right now, but I saw that there's The Folk of the Air. There's like a novella in between the first and the second called The Lost Sisters, and I think that's in Taryn's point of view, and it says half apology and half explanation. It turns out that Taryn has some secrets of her own to reveal. It doesn't intrigue me, I don't want to read it because I don't like Taryn, and I don't really need her explanation. I still just think that was so rude of a sister to do. Maybe I'm missing something here, but I just didn't love that. I don't love her. She's really just left a sour taste in my mouth. So that's that. Reading this now. Basically, Jude is working behind Cardan. Like technically he's the king, but like she's doing everything. And yeah, nothing really crazy going on too much right now because I literally just started this morning. But I'm on page 54. I want to get to like halfway point today and hopefully finish it over the weekend. Reading words but not processing any information. I don't know what they're saying. I literally have no idea. I've had some council meeting. I don't know what they're talking about. I literally feel like I'm reading another language. Confused, but gonna keep reading. I'm hoping like eventually it's just all gonna click. I gave it the benefit of the doubt from like the beginning of the first book, everything clicking, because like it's the beginning of a fantasy series. But, like I feel like it should have been clicked in my head by the beginning of the second book, right? Anyway, I'm gonna keep trying. My dogs are on top of each other right now. Just pray for me because I literally don't know what I'm reading right now. Right now we're talking about the weather, but I needed to update because I got to a little part and I'm like, ooh, finally something I can understand and like is interesting to me. But fairy, what is she? A folk? Someone in the tower that they're keeping Balakin in, Cardan's brother that like killed his family, whatever. Jude bumped into that woman who's like stays in that tower and wants to like get her out because she has information of Jude's mother. So she's like, I want her taken out. We just found out that that woman is Cardan's mother. I don't know why she's a prisoner in the tower. Kind of confused there. Guess we'll find that out maybe. I don't know. But I needed to tell you guys that. Just read that part and I'm on page 126. And I honestly don't know how many pages are in this book. 322. 196 pages left. I read 126 today because I did start this today. Like I said, I want to get halfway through. I'm gonna try and hopefully I found more stuff out. I'm giving it like, I don't know. Always the beginning of fantasy books are hard for me. I know that. I always give every fantasy book benefit of the doubt when I'm trying to understand things. But like I said, it's the second one. So it's like, I should be more intrigued than I am. It's like little things that intrigue me, but like maybe I just need more romance. Maybe I'm just like waiting for Cardan and Jude to like do something else, speak again. There's not a lot of them and I'm like, I think I was so, like my expectations of them, like there was a lot more scenes I thought of them in the books. Maybe it's coming, but I don't know. I'm like over the whole fairy world. I don't really care. Anyway, I'm gonna keep reading. Just wanted to tell you guys that I found out that that's Cardan's mother. Good morning. They finally kiss. Well, I mean, they did before, but like, in this book, they finally kissed. And I think that's what I was waiting for. I was getting so, like, over the war and fighting and secrets and the council that I needed the romance. And I think I was just anticipating it too much, but it came. So, I mean, that was nice, but that's it. It was a few pages of, oh, say hi, Sachi. Children are sleeping next to me. But anyway, on chapter 16, I want to finish it today. Hopefully, I mean, I have like a little more than half and I have somewhere to be at 3 and it's 10. So if I read for a few hours, I can get like a good amount done and then later finish it. Fingers crossed I start the third one tomorrow. But I mean, and I was hating on it, like hardcore hating on it. And I don't know if it's because the romance just came and now I'm like, okay, maybe it's good. Because I'm just like, I don't know how to read a book without romance. But I'm just gonna keep going and then we'll see if my opinion changes. Right now, I still am not like loving it. I'm not really enjoying it too much, but I just need to keep reading. I think I'm almost halfway though. I'm on page 146. I think like 160 something is halfway. I'll update you guys when something else happens or if my opinion changes, if I start enjoying it more. I just need to tell you guys that they kissed. A few things. Locke sent a whole, well, Jude got like attacked by all these knights and stuff, and she lost the gift that she was going to give to her sister for her wedding because Taryn's marrying Locke, and she's at the wedding going to figure something out, and she sees her sister with the earrings, and she figured out that Locke was the one who sent the knights, or he was part of the knights as his like bachelor party, whatever, and attacked her. I hate this guy. Like, I hate him. I still can't believe that her sister is marrying him. And then her other sister, Vivi, is back with her mortal girlfriend, and the poor girlfriend was turned into like a cat. I mean, the spell was like undone or whatever, but like she was like mortified, poor girl, because Vivi refuses to tell her like exactly what's going on and like caution her. But yeah, they're at the wedding, and Cardan like keeps flirting with Jude, and then Maddox, her like father, not father, like figured it out because overheard them So that's T. I'm now on page 215. She's about to go find out what the undersea lady, Orlog, is that her name? I think she did something. My guess is that she stole Balakin out of the tower, forgetting, because that's where they're going right now, and like, what else would she really do there? So I think that she took him. They thought that she was gonna do something to Oak, the little kid that's back. That's my guess. So I'm gonna keep reading. It's getting like better now because there's like more going on and like less boring stuff to me. Like this is like interesting, like the scheming stuff, I guess. I hope I'm right. We're about to find out. I'll let you know if I was right. So I'm on book 2 now. It's not really focused, but I'm on book 2. Just finished page 217, and I knew that she took Balakin out of the tower. But what I didn't think was gonna happen was the ghost, like her little spy friend, whatever, betrayed her and is like teamed up, or like was part of helping that. And she was told by, I forgot who it was, earlier in the book, that someone has already betrayed you, like someone you trust has betrayed you. And she was like thinking about it this whole time, like who was it and stuff. Turns out it was the ghost, which was like one of her, I wouldn't say friends, but like acquaintances that she like spied with for the old prince. Didn't see that one coming either. I thought it would be like literally anyone but the ghost. That's kind of sad. I liked him. Now we're on book 2. I don't know what's gonna happen. I feel like something with Oak is gonna happen, little kid. I'm hoping something with Jude and Cardan, and something we're gonna figure out the whole Balakin situation. I know something's gonna happen. Don't really know what. Book 2. I'm gonna start it now. Hello, update. I just got ready because I have to be somewhere, but I read a little, and I am now on page, hold on, 253. She was captured and taken to the sea underworld thing, and it was weird because Balakin was there with Orlog, the sea queen. They thought that she was under like their command, but like she can't be under command, and then I was so confused because Balakin was like, kiss me, and she had to pretend she was under command, so she did it. So that happened, and then they like made a deal, she came back, and it's just now I'm not so sure what's going on, but I'm on chapter 25. That whole thing happened. I have a little bit until I have to leave, so I'm gonna read more. I don't know really what's gonna go on now, but she was under the water thing, like in capture as a prisoner under there for I think a month it was. So like she's been gone for a while, but while she was gone she owed a favor to another lord, and now that lord is like, we want you to kill Prince Balakin. So I think that's the next step. I literally don't know. I have no idea. I have no predictions because I literally don't know. It got more entertaining. It was easier for me to read further in, so I mean now it's kind of easier for me to understand too. I don't know why in the beginning I was still so confused with what was going on, but like now I get it, so that's good. My brain can comprehend it, but I'm just gonna keep reading and I will let you know what happens. Okay, I'm just casually reading the rest of reading the rest of this. Not much has been happening other than some masquerade thing, and they were planning on, I don't know what they were planning. Anyway, beside the point. Jude just killed Balakin. Literally didn't see that. I mean, I kind of saw that coming, but like not right there. But then she tricked him. They ended up dueling. She ended up killing him. Whatever. She comes back. I told you I didn't trust. I haven't trusted Taryn since the beginning. Her twin sister. I haven't trusted her. I knew she was a snake. Maddox used her to pretend to be Jude while Cardan was all dizzy from his being poisoned. Thought it was Jude, and it agreed to something. I don't really know what they agreed to because I didn't really understand that part, but all I know is that Maddox tricked Cardan, using Taryn, her twin sister obviously, into thinking it was Jude. Oh my god, I knew she was a snake. I knew she was bad. That's where I am now. I'm actually really upset because literally I'm reading this, and today the next book in the Shatter Me series delivered, Restore Me, and I'm just like, the things I want to do just to pick up that book and read what happens, but I can't because I'm reading this series. Okay, now I'm gonna finish it. I wonder what happens. The thing is, I have a prediction. I think Jude and Cardan are gonna get married because the next book is called something Queen of Nothing, and I'm just like, there's no queen, so like they're getting married. Is that like a dumb prediction? I know I'm gonna edit this and look back at this and be like, why? Like, Queen of Nothing. First one's the Cruel Prince, which is Cardan. Then the Wicked King, Cardan's king. Queen of Nothing, he doesn't have a queen. He's not married to anyone, you know? Was that a good prediction? Don't tell me if it's not, because then I would feel dumb. But okay, I'm gonna finish chapter 29, page 301. I think I have like 20 pages left, so something good better happen. Did I not call it? How did I see that one coming? That's like kind of suspicious of me. Page 304, a couple pages later. He wants to like be the High King. She's like in command of him. He's like, give me back my power. I want to be the king now. And she was like, okay, if you're the king, what am I gonna be, your servant? And he said, marry me. Be the queen of I don't know how to say it, but be the queen. And here's the thing, Cardan's great. He's probably the only character in this book that I like. I'm gonna be honest, I don't like Jude, but there's not enough romance for me to like them together. Like, yeah, I like Cardan, but like, I don't like him with Jude. Like, I don't feel anything when they start flirting and stuff. Like, it's like nothing to me. So okay, I'll be back. I just got really distracted because I'm reading longer because I'm like, why does he want her to be queen? But like, now I get it. Okay, now I think I could finish and then give final thoughts on book 2. Okay. Okay. I liked it better than the first. I could say that wholeheartedly. I still just like don't know. I don't know. I couldn't really connect with the character. Like I don't really care for the characters as much as I like do other series and other books and stuff. Like I guess because the first one, like I didn't love the world and what was going on. Like it was hard for me to go into this like happy, excited. But I liked it better. There was more that went on. The ending I guess was better. She got like exiled to the mortal world because she killed Balakin. I'm just like, I don't know. I don't think I like it as much as other people. I could fully admit that. I'm kind of scared to say that because it makes me so upset when I read like a really hyped series that so many people would die for, and I just like can't, like I don't like it. But the thing is, like I understand what people like. It's one of those where like I can see how people like love it. It's just not one for me. But that doesn't mean we're gonna end there. I still have over here the third one to read, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna read it. Maybe the third time's a charm. Third book's a charm. Let's read the back of this one. Like I know that she's gonna come back to like I know she's gonna come back to Fairy Place. Obviously she's gonna have to figure out her differences with everyone. I'm just gonna assume, but I know this isn't like a romance, but by the end, like I'm assuming she's gonna be with Cardan for realsies. So this one says, opportunity arrives in the form of her twin sister Taryn, whose life is in peril. Does that mean that Jude has to go back because her sister's in trouble or something? Because then it says, oh yeah, Jude must risk venturing back and confront her feelings for Cardan if she wishes to save her sister. No offense, Jude. Your sister is the worst sister ever. I don't know why you would, I mean, it's your sister. But like, I'm just not a Taryn stan. I can't get with her. I don't love her. I like Vivi though. I was kind of a little harsh on everyone, but I said that she should just go to the mortal world if she really was, like, she was begging everyone to go. But like, I like her. She's cute. She's a really good sister. She helps Jude with like literally anything. Taryn on the other hand, no. This one seems smaller though. Let me see how many pages. Okay, it's 305 pages. I think I'm gonna start it right now. Then I'm gonna shower and just see how far I get, and we'll see. But I also saw that the dedication in the beginning is to Leigh Bardugo. For Leigh Bardugo, who never lets me get away with anything. I love that woman. She wrote the Six of Crows duology, and she's my queen. That's a good start to the book. So I'm gonna start. Hello guys, good morning. I just started, well technically I started it yesterday. I read the prologue last night. I'm on my phone because my camera's upstairs, but I needed to say something. So I started the prologue last night and I was like, maybe I just need a reading break. Like I kind of have a headache now from reading. So put the book down, didn't read last night. I kind of read a little bit of Unravel Me. Is that the one I'm on? Anyway, didn't read a lot of it though. But I'm on page 40 of this. Taryn's in like the mortal world trying to get Jude to come back because Locke died, and I'm very happy that Jude is standing her ground and mad at Taryn because this whole time she was giving her the benefit of the doubt, saying, oh, my sister, whatever. She's like, no, I'm not coming back, all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, good for you. I can already tell that I like this one better than the first two, so that's hopeful. I posted on my story that I was starting this one, and there's some people that are like, no, like the third one's good, like whatever. Some people were like, I gave all the books 2 stars, like I didn't really see the hype, and that's definitely reassuring when like other people don't enjoy them as much as you. And like I went on Goodreads ratings for the first and second. In the first one, there were a lot of like similar reviews of like how I felt, but then the second one, I literally found like barely any bad reviews. So I was reading all like the 5-star ones. I just like didn't feel how they felt about it. So like now I know how I felt like sitting on the second book and reading all the 5-star ratings. Like that's definitely not how I felt. Even the 4 stars, like no. The first 2 were rough, I will say that, but we're not going to talk about my full thoughts until the end. So I will say I'm enjoying this a bit better. I don't know why just yet. I'm only 40 pages in, but it just like, I don't know, the storyline I guess I like better. We'll talk about all that at the end, but that's what's happening right now. What? I spoke way too soon in the last video. Taryn killed Locke, and then she said, I need you to come switch places with me. This is interesting. What? I need to continue reading. Okay. Taryn apologized, so I don't really know if that makes up for it, but we'll find out. I'm very curious of why she killed him. Not only did Taryn kill Locke, not only did they get married, she killed him. That wasn't the end of it. She's pregnant. Okay. Jude is like, that's my sister. I'm gonna help her. Jude is more selfless than I probably would have been. But I can't believe that she's pregnant. She was kind of like saying she's kind of like their mom because the mom got pregnant with Maddox's child. That ended up being Vivi. She has powers. She's a fairy girl. So that should be interesting. It's honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it's better than the other 2. That I will say like right off the bat. Like I'm enjoying this one. There's more tea. I can understand more, and I don't know, I like this storyline better than the other 2 so far. Hi guys. guys. The TV's really loud. I'm sorry if you hear it, but I haven't read in a while. It's not like I need like a little bit of break from reading. So I didn't read this morning. It's 2:30 and I just started. I don't know why this series is making me feel like I'm forcing myself to read, not like I want to read. And I feel like when that happens, I feel like I'm doing it as work and not like enjoyable reading. And I know that like this is my job. Like I'm reading to produce content on it, but I also like love reading. Like that's the whole point. So I took a little bit of a break. Usually I'll like wake up and read or like whatever, but like I'll want to because I like the book, and like not that I don't like the book, I just like I'm not gravitating. I feel like I'm forcing myself to read the words. So now I've gravitated towards the book. I picked it up. I'm enjoying it. I actually really like the storyline of this, like I've been saying, so much better than the first two. This one's more interesting, and I feel like the other ones I wasn't like connecting or like feeling it really. This one I'm liking, and literally I'm on page 65. Jude just went in Taryn's place to say she didn't kill Locke, and they say, okay, let's search her to see if she has a charm on her to be resistant to the glamours or whatever. And she was like, I'm not gonna make myself a fool in front of you guys because my husband just died. And then Cardan said, as you wish, then I suppose I'll have to examine you alone in my chambers. I like love him. Like I don't know if I'm like supposed to love him. I think I am, but I like really like him. And I think I'm like kind of starting to like Jude a little bit more. I was very harsh on her in the first two books, like the end of the second one I didn't. No, she like rubbed me the wrong way kind of. Like now I kind of like her better. I don't know. The third book is kind of changing me a little. But okay, I'm gonna keep reading. Oriana figured out that it was Jude, sent for her sister to come get her, and then they came, but Vivian went to Cardan, and Cardan came with the roach to get her, and now they're trying to like escape. I don't know. I'm really loving this. I love that Cardan came to like get her. Like I know that he exiled her, he like played her and stuff, but, like you know he likes her, not likes her, cares for her, and like he knew it was Jude as soon as she came into like the room pretending to be Taryn. I don't know, I like really love him. But now they're trying to like get a key to get the ghost out of being a prisoner so they could use him because he knows stuff. I don't know, Maddox is trying to go to war with Cardan. I think that's what's going on. Something's gonna go down, I just know it. I think that Maddox, he claims he doesn't know that it's Jude, but like low-key I think he's not that dumb. I think something's gonna happen like that. Kind of nervous. I'm on page 124 though, so I've gotten a bit further. Read a little bit more, take a little break or something. I don't know. Try not to like push myself with this book because I don't want to put myself in like a slump. I do want to finish it like hopefully by tomorrow because I'm like, no offense, over the story and over this world. Even though this book isn't bad, I need a refresher. I need a different story, different people. But it's not bad, so I'm gonna keep going. Okay, I like Taryn. Okay, this really did it for me. So I spoke too soon again. She went to go get the ghost from like this cave thing, and he wasn't there. Maddox was there. They started fighting. He stabbed her, and then all of a sudden he got like shot with an arrow, and she was like, who the hell did that? It was Vivian, Taryn, and what's her name? Grima Mog. Not exactly sure who she is, but Jude like dueled her a few chapters ago. Anyway, she was there and she helped them, and then Taryn and Vivi like helped her, and now she's like going to see if Cardan's okay, the roach is okay, but she almost died. She got stabbed real hard by Maddox, which is no good. But I knew he knew. He said that he found out like eventually, but like he knew. I knew it. I'm hoping this is the part where she gets to Cardan and like saves him or like helps him in some way. I just need another interaction with them, I think. I'm sure something crazy is gonna happen now, but we're about to find out. Okay, I'm on book 2 now, which means I am halfway through. She ended up getting to wherever Cardan was and like the group of people. She got tricked by Maddox again. The bomb tried to kill her, but she fell into the whole like scene where Cardan was. Made a whole scene, and people were like, oh my god, Jude, she's in exile, put her in chains. And then Cardan was like, don't touch her. And they were like, whatever can you mean? Like, what do you mean? I just like the whole speaking like that, I don't really love it. I know it's like the whole fantasy, the whole royal thing. Anyway, they like, what do you mean? He said, she is my wife, the rightful High Queen of Elfhame, and most definitely not in exile. You told them. Oh my god, I love him. On book 2, kind of excited. I don't even know what I'm predicting or what I'm hoping could end this book. I feel like the end of it is gonna have something to do with Maddox. Like, there has to be an end to him trying so hard to get the crown. And I think I said this like previously in this video, like I think something with Oak is gonna happen. I saw on Holly Black's Instagram that she's coming out with a book about Oak. Did I read that right? Or am I remembering that right? I don't know exactly, but I think that's what happened. Or that's what she's doing. I don't know. No offense, but I probably won't read it, but I just know that that's like a thing that's going on. So I feel like maybe it'll end something like that. Or maybe, because Jude said before, the first mortal queen can be like the ruler. Maybe she ends up ruling everyone. I don't know. Why am I still trying to predict? We're about to find out. So I'm gonna read book 2. I guess when Cardan found out that Jude was kidnapped by Maddox, Vivi's telling Jude what happened, and she said, yeah, and the next thing we know, the High King's on our doorstep looking ready to tear down the whole apartment complex to find you. He loves her. Obviously he loves her. Now I think they're talking to each other. I don't know, I'm on chapter 18. I think I'm gonna take a break right now. I'll come back, see what happens. It's too good to be true that she's just like fine right now. Something bad's gonna happen. If something bad always happens. Like, I'm loving that her sisters are there. I'm loving that Oak is there now, by the way. It's great right now. So I'm gonna pause while it's good before it gets bad again. Not the book, just like the storyline, like what's happening. I know something bad's gonna happen. I'm on page 157. And if you're wondering what room I'm in my brother's room. I was washing my sheets in my room, so I didn't have anything on my bed to lay in, and I wanted to lay in the bed. And he moved out, so no one lays in here anymore. No one hangs out in here, and he's not here, so I took over. I'll be back. Guys, okay, so she's talking to Cardan, and he was like, I thought you admire me for tricking you because like she tricks everyone. And he said when he exiled her, he said until and unless she's parted by the crown, and by that he meant like by the king or the queen. So she literally could have returned at any time. Okay. So Cardan's a snake right now. I don't know really what's going on completely. I mean, I do. Actually, I do. Okay, it's the next morning. I'm on page 221, chapter 23. And basically, I don't remember the last time I said anything, but from what I think I remember, Jude talked to Cardan's mom, and she was like, I knew you loved him and all this stuff. Maddox planning to attack them, obviously, because he wants the crown. And then Jude and Cardan kiss and confess their love. Well, I mean, she kind of didn't, but he, like, literally said, like, yeah, I'll read it if you guys want. Hold on. Also, he said, like, I come undone by you. I don't know, something like really sweet a little bit ago. But he said, Maddox says you will duel for love. And he said, whose? And then he said, it's you I love. And then he said like this whole little paragraph thing. I knew he loved her. Maddox came and like started saying stuff to Cardan, like we're either gonna duel or we're gonna have like our people choose who could be king, whatever. And Cardan ended up like splitting the crown in half, and that crown was cursed. So now he's like a serpent snake thing, and Maddox trying to kill him. Should I predict what's gonna happen? The thing is, I think that no. I think there has to be a happy ending, right? I think a few more things are probably gonna happen that's not so good. Like she probably thinks Cardan's like dead, but he's not. I don't know. I'm gonna have to read to figure it out. I have no predictions right now. I knew it was too good to be true. Alright, she was gonna like make him, what's the word? Like chain him forever as like a serpent. But she ended up last minute not doing that and trying to like kill him instead because that's not what he would have wanted. That was how to break the curse. So now he's back alive. So yay. I'm about to finish. I'm on 282 of like 300-ish. Not sure what could happen here. I have this weird feeling that Vivi and Heather are gonna end up staying in Fairy. I don't know, but we're about to find out. Okay, I finished. I have the epilogue left, which I'm gonna read after I go shower. It's now 12 o'clock and I just have been reading. And I'll give my thoughts after that. And we'll talk about all the books. Yeah, I just need to let you guys know that I finished. We're gonna wrap this all up next clip. All right, I have showered, I have read the epilogue, I have finished the series, and it's been a long week. Has it been a week that it took me to read the series? I don't know when I started it. Anyway, I think it took me about a week to finish. Okay, overall thoughts. Where do I begin? The last one, let's make sure I'm not holding it upside down. I don't know why I tend to do that, but that's like embarrassing. Okay, so the last one that I just read, I actually thoroughly enjoyed it, but we're gonna start at the beginning. First one, I didn't like. I think my expectations for it were first low anyway, because I've heard so many times people saying like, oh, they didn't like the first one, it gets better after the first one. So I was like, okay, I probably won't like it. So like I knew going into it, like I had a feeling it could change my expectations. Like I might end up loving it, but I didn't. It's exactly how I thought it would be. I just didn't love it. I think I thought it would be more a romance fantasy than just like a fantasy about Jude and her being immortal in the fantasy world. So I didn't love that. So I was like hoping for more romance in the second one. I was like, maybe we can change that. So the second one, I was like, honestly, don't remember what happened in this book. If you ask me what happened, I literally don't know. I know how it ended. I know that she was exiled. That's all I know. I feel like the first and the second book, there's just paragraphs and like parts and scenes in this book that I feel like are so unnecessary. I know it's like a world that people love, so like those people obviously probably love it, but like if you put these books together, you could have had a good duology. Personally, don't think you needed a trilogy for this world, but that's a personal opinion, guys. All this is a personal opinion. But we got to the last one, and this is where it got more interesting. You got more of Jude and Cardan. Like the storyline in the first two, I didn't love. I didn't love what was going on. I like wasn't interested at all. The characters weren't really growing on me as much as I thought they would, especially in the second one. But then the third one, the whole Jude betrayed her, but she's coming back asking for a favor for her to stand in front of her because Locke is dead and she was exiled. Now she has to face Cardan again. Like all of that was interesting to me. That storyline was what I was like looking for than the first two. Like, it was so interesting because that's when I like wanted to know what was gonna be figured out and like how it was gonna play out. And like as it was going, I loved it. The only thing is like there's still some like parts in here that were so boring to me. Like I wanted more interaction with the characters, like speaking with the characters and more dialogue. It was a lot of like descriptions and like Jude was thinking and stuff like that. I know she's the main character, like I understand that, but like I don't know. I wanted more scenes with Jude and Cardin. I know towards like the end there was like a lot, and, like you can tell like they confessed their love and stuff, but I don't know. The third one was good, but do I think it's worth reading the first two to get to the third one that was good for me personally? No. I could have lived not reading the series, but I know that they were hyped. When I see hyped books, I feel like I should read them, so I'm glad that I did just for the sake of knowing that I've read them. They're off my TBR and I'm like, I'm good to go to my next book. And I've also read fantasies that like Six of Crows, reading that as my first fantasy has left the bar so high and the expectations so high for how I like fantasies written and storylines and stuff. Like the bar is so high from that. So like I read Dance of Thieves, which is another fantasy. That one was good. I think that duology, I haven't read the second one yet, but the first one in general, just like the first one, I think is a better fantasy in my opinion and what I would like to read more over this. I think fantasy romances, dystopian romances, I need more romance in the books. But Six of Crows has romance, but it wasn't like thrown in your face, and this wasn't thrown in your face either. I feel like it's very subtle, so when it does come you appreciate it more. So I think I liked that. Like when it did come I was like, okay, yay, like romance, like oh my god, appreciating this. But then just like the world itself, it was interesting to read about. It was definitely different than again the other fantasies I've read. It wasn't like my personal fantasy taste, but again there was a series I didn't love. Like the last one, yes, I liked. I didn't love it. I didn't love the series, but it's one of those where I can understand why everyone like is obsessed with it. I can understand why people like the series, but again it's just like for me wasn't for me. So I don't want you guys to get like, I don't know, I don't want you guys to be like, I can't believe you didn't like it, like oh my god I'm not gonna read it now. But like I think you should give it a chance if you're interested in fantasy and you read the summaries of these and you're like, yeah, I want to read it. Or even if you watch this vlog, I don't want you guys to be persuaded not to read it because I didn't like it. But if we do have the same taste, like very similar, I don't think you should read it. I'll say it. But for those of you that do love it and do like it and do enjoy it, I like can totally understand and see why. Personally for me, didn't love it. I'll leave it at that. I know that was a very long explanation of my thoughts on these books. The characters, it was just like, I don't know, I loved the Roach and what's her name, the Bomb, her little spy friends. I loved them. I loved Cardin by the end of it. It's crazy how in the beginning, like the first book, he was so ruthlessly mean, and then you get like the trauma trope and it's like, oh, like this is why he's mean, this is why he's like a cruel prince, and then you end up liking him. It's like that trope. What's the word? I'm a sucker for it. Like I will feel bad for them. I like them. Jude grew on me, but the last one I really did like her. Like I don't know, I liked her a lot by the last one. The first few I wasn't loving her, but by the last one I did really like her. I liked how her character development got to where she was at the third one, if that makes sense. And I like how the story grew, but it's just like, again, just wasn't for me. So those are my opinions. Thank you guys for watching this. I'm sure this is long. I had a lot of opinions throughout this and I know I was harsh at some point, so I apologize if I was harsh, but like when I'm reading a book I like get like I need to like express my opinions, and this was a reading vlog obviously, so that's what I did. But nonetheless, wasn't for me. Was it bad? No. Personal opinion. And it makes me upset when I do reading vlogs of hyped books like Twisted Love. Ended up hating this. I didn't hate, but like I didn't love this series. It's just like I always feel bad not liking a book that's like hyped up and like so many people love. Like it makes me feel bad. I don't know, but it's my personal opinion. Won't shy away from it. It wasn't for me, and that's fine. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, let me know. Please don't be too harsh if you love this series. It was me, not this, not you. It was me. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what books you want me to reading vlog next. I need to go pick up a contemporary romance now, or else I'm gonna probably lose it because I've been reading Shatter Me and this, and it's just like I need a real contemporary romance in my life. So I'm gonna do a quick little contemporary romance read. How many times can I say that? I don't know, but yeah, okay. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you did. Let me know what book I should do next. And I'll see you hopefully in the next one. Bye!